everyone, it's Tammy and Molly from Throne of
Hey.
Grace. Good to see you. And today's video is all about how Throne of Grace got its name. So in a previous video when we were talking about how Throne of Grace got started, we mentioned that we would talk about how it got its name. So that's what we're going to discuss today and hear from Molly all about how that happened. Okay, so what was the name of your company originally?
Okay, so originally it was How to Pray cards, and that was because that's literally what they were. They were cards on how to pray for various people and various topics. And as I mentioned before in our previous video, I was never intending to start a business, so I wasn't thinking broader of what would be a good business name. It was just that's what we were calling the things I was making there by hand and giving out. And it was initially all word of mouth, and so there wasn't really any need to make it a formal name. So that's what we started with.
Right. So you kind of hinted at it, but basically, tell us more specifically what made you decide to change the name.
Yeah, so when we started realizing this was becoming more of a ministry, of a bigger business, and especially once I was going to be starting an Etsy shop and needed to have a formal name and getting a checking account in that name and all those kinds of things you do when you're starting a business, we realized that we needed something that was definitely broader. Also, I took an online business course on handmade businesses in particular with my sister Emmy, and they really encouraged us through that course to think about, even though you're maybe just making one or two items, what are some possible things that you might eventually bring into the umbrella, they said, of your business. And so it was neat. It kind of gave us time to brainstorm and think about some other things that would fit in with our ministry. And so that is actually where some of our products we make today did come from that initial brainstorming I did. And when I was realizing, we need a name that's going to encompass all of these different products that we'd like to be part of us, we wanted to change it to something that better represented what we were making. So Throne of Grace, that name, was actually originally part of our theme verse, which is still our theme verse today, Hebrews 4:16. And let's see if I can say this right. It says, "So let us then approach God's throne of grace with confidence, that we may receive mercy and find grace to help us in our time of need." I got it. Love that verse, and that was really what was at the heart of what we started. And we love that it really helps us see the balance of God being almighty and holy and King of Kings, and just that vision that we have of him sovereign over everything. But at the same time, that verse tells us that he wants us to approach him. He is approachable. He's our Father, and we can come and not just meekly, like you would to a human king. He wants us to come boldly and with confidence, knowing that he's there waiting to give us the mercy and the help that we need, the grace we need. So it is amazing. So that's why I decided it needed to be changed.
Throne of Grace.
Yeah.
So once you settled on Throne of Grace, then you wanted to get a website. So how did you go about getting throneofgrace.com? I know there's a story behind that.
Yes, so that was tricky because we already had howtopraycards.com and we've been using that. But then when we were changing the name, we had to change the website. And so when I came up with Throne of Grace as the name I wanted, my husband Kevin, who is an amazing IT guy, he understands all that stuff, and so he did the research and said, "Hey, it's taken. We need to pick up something else." And he looked at the .org and the .net and all the different ones, and I was pretty set that I really wanted .com.
Sure.
Just was the natural one people go to, and so it was taken by a singing group, Christian singing group that was like a quartet or something, and they were called Throne of Grace. Okay. But we noticed that they had not done any concerts or performances in like several years. So he was pretty much like, let's move on, pick something else. And I was insistent. And I said, you know what, let's just email them. It doesn't hurt to just ask and find out if they're interested in selling the site. So we did, and praise God, by the grace of God, they not only were willing to sell us a site, but actually the lady that responded said, "I will give it to you." She, had a heart for what we were doing, and she said, we're not using it anymore, and so she didn't even charge us. So that was such a huge blessing and a good confirmation, because it really was hard picking a name, and it was a good confirmation that this was the right name we were intended to have. So.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I know. Well, so now we have our website. Well, we had that for several years, I guess, Throne of Grace. Yeah. I think actually that all happened pretty much about the time that I joined Throne of Grace. So I kind of remember that happening,
And we were just starting to get our branding done, which is also part of what that business helped me, figure out how to get a logo and things that kind of displayed what the heart of our ministry was. So
Awesome.
That's
So
it.
there you go. That's
There you
how Throne
go.
of Grace got its name. So I hope you enjoyed that story, and we'll see you again later.
Keep watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our
Oh,
channel,
that's
and
right,
you'll
yes.
get informed when we have new videos posted.
Very good. Okay, talk to you
Bye-bye.
later. Bye.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram or Facebook, and visit us on our website at throneofgrace.com to contact us through email or link directly to the Throne of Grace shop.